This is TV Platinum. Here are the top 5 stories making headlines.
The Nigerian Army has held a momentous trooping and presentation of colours parade, marking the retirement of 53 units regimental colours, while presenting 28 new ones for newly established units. The ceremony, which held at the Eagle Square, was conducted and blessed by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Muhammadu Buhari. The trooping and presentation of colours parade is a customary practice carried out when retiring the old colours of a regiment or unit and presenting them with a new one. The ceremony involves marching or trooping the old colours past the assembled soldiers of the regiment or unit, retiring the colours, presenting the new colours to the regiment or unit, and consecrating the new colours. The hearing for the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has been adjourned until next month by the Supreme Court. This decision was disclosed by Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, in a tweet. Kanu had filed an appeal at the Supreme Court on November 3, 2022 against the Court of Appeal's verdict that prevented his release from the custody of the DSS. He appealed against the October 28, 2022 decision of the Appellate Court, which had stayed the execution of its earlier order that acquitted him of all charges and ordered his release from the secret police custody. Kanu's special counsel had urged the Supreme Court to ensure justice in his trial and to conclude the matter on the day of the hearing. On Thursday, the federal government received permission from the Supreme Court to add 9 new grounds of appeal to its case opposing the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, from detention. The Apex Court granted the government's request to include the fresh grounds in its amended Notice of Appeal, which was dated October 28, 2022. The ruling came after a government lawyer, Mr. Tijani Ghazali SAN, adjournment to respond to Kanu's request to be transferred from the Department of State Services detention facility to Kuje Correctional Center. Ghazali SAN informed the court that he would require time to file a counter-affidavit in opposition to Kanu's request. During the meeting of the National Economic Council, presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the Presidential Villa Abuja, the planned removal of subsidy on petroleum products by the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration was suspended. This decision was disclosed by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, while speaking with State House correspondents after the meeting. Mrs. Ahmed further explained that removal of subsidy was expected to take effect in June. However, due to the provision for subsidy in the Petroleum Industry Act and the 2023 budget, any delay in the implementation of the subsidy removal may require an amendment of both the PIA and the budget provision. As such, the suspension of the planned removal of subsidy on petroleum products will continue until further notice. As the country anticipates the inauguration of the 10th National Assembly, the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu recently met with the leadership of the All Progressives Congress and some National Assembly members to discuss the zoning of leadership positions. Sources disclosed to Vanguard newspapers that during the meeting, some members of the APC leadership and 3 Southwest senators suggested that the Senate presidency be zoned to the SouthSouth region, but Tinubu reportedly rejected the proposal. Instead, he expressed his preference for the number 3 office, which is the Senate presidency, to be zoned to the South region in general, without any specific zone in mind. This position has sparked a lot of interest among political observers who are closely monitoring the development in the ruling party and the incoming administration.
Those are the top stories. Do subscribe and follow us across all our platforms to get more of this update.